on NFL Live. Some conflicting reports out of Dallas. Cowboys reporter Todd Archer posted that Jerry Jones said he expects Jadeveon Clowney to play Sunday against Chicago, but they didn't have an idea of how much their newly acquired defensive end would play. And then Archer posted that Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer said it's still up in the air as to whether Clowney will play against Chicago. So speaking of, equivocating, I don't know. We may or we may not have Jadeveon Clowney this weekend. Who knows, right? It's the Cowboys. One thing we do know for sure is that the Cowboys defense will play a lot of zone coverage against the Bears on Sunday. Dallas leads the NFL in zone. Caleb Williams has seen a ton of it. 45 of his 65 passes this season have been against the zone. He has only completed just over half of them. And Dan, this is his third game in Ben Johnson's system. What are you watching for in this matchup?
So can he play faster in Ben Johnson's system? So everyone continues to talk that Caleb needs to play faster. I think the context of that matters. Jared Goff in the 3 seasons under Ben in Detroit, on average, over the course of those 3 years, it took about 2.8 seconds for him to throw the football, okay? Right now, Caleb's at about 3.1. So we're talking 0.3 of a second different. That's a significant difference in the NFL. That's the difference between a completion, incompletion, completion, batted ball, interception, a sack, fumble, or getting the ball out. What I also need everyone to understand is this, this offense asks their quarterback to hold it a little bit longer than others. We can't expect Caleb to get the ball out in 2.3, 2.4 seconds on average. That's the Patrick offense. That's the Joe Burrow offense, the Tua offense. So in the context of this offense, something that everybody can look at for improvement, not only this week, but moving forward, is Caleb playing in this offense faster or close to as fast when it comes to getting rid of the football as Jared Goff did? If that's starting to trend in a good direction, that shows improvement for me. But I think the context of this offense and the play action element of it and asking the quarterback to hold it longer than others, that has to be a part of the conversation.
Dan, I wanted to obviously talk about this game, but I got a question for you because I think it's super interesting what you brought up. With Caleb, okay, do you feel like he's taking those chances and opportunities that I've heard you talk about so much the really good quarterbacks take, or is that why it may be 3.1 seconds?
He takes them outside of the pocket. He doesn't take them inside of the pocket because I think that inside of the pocket, he's not as confident. And I think he's trying to play in structure. I think he's trying to play in the rhythm. And so it's the process, Marcus, of trying to do the right thing. And I would tell you sometimes I want Caleb to treat the check down like the outlet. It's the only thing left. And sometimes he gets the ball to the check down the back because they're open. I want you to exhaust your progression. Exhaust it. Nothing else is there. Find your outlet.
Well, he takes those chances when he's comfortable. Obviously, he's not the only guy on the team, and we have some news about some of his teammates from Courtney Cronin. This is new on NFL Live. The Bears will have several defensive players out Sunday, including Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, I know, TJ Edwards. Also, running back DeAndre Swift is questionable. Goodness gracious. Mina.
That could go for 500.
Mina, this is a Bears defense that gave up 52 points to the Lions last week. Goodness. When you hear this, what are your expectations?
Ain't no sense in talking about it.
What?
Ain't no sense in talking about it. Mina, what you have for dinner today? What you have for dinner today, Mina? What you gonna eat for dinner today?
Sorry, Lenny actually disconnected my cord. I'm back.
Okay. It's a rhetorical question.
Really what happened, he jumped in.
It's but give us something anyway, Mina.
The Bears' pass defense has been awful, and those injuries are a big part of why they've been awful. Their run defense has also been really bad. So I was looking up the Cowboys' defense over the middle of the field because I was thinking about the offense and how they could attack, and I saw a number that took my breath away. On passes over the middle of the field, the Bears' defense are allowing a passer rating of 158.3. Y'all know that's perfect, right?
Yeah.
How is that even possible? I know they played the Lions and the Packers. There were two teams that are very good at attacking there, the Vikings. But extraordinary. And Cowboys got a quarterback who loves himself a seam ball. I think it's going to be a long day at the office for this pass defense, especially when you see those cornerbacks who are out. Man, I'm not feeling good about that.
And yet, despite everything you've just heard, one person here today is on the Bears for this one. Brooke?
Okay, Brooke.
Yeah, who we got? Yeah, Brooke.
Floor is yours, Brooke. Let's go.
I know that it's
Change it, Brooke.
I know.
Change it, Brooke.
I know that it is flip-flop Friday here at NFL Live, but I'm going to stay on the Bears, even though we just went through every single reason why I should change my pick. But I'm sticking with it because I believe in Caleb Williams, and I think this is an opportunity against a rough Dallas defense, rough not in a complimentary way, in a way that it's really struggled. Maybe this is the game he gets his confidence back. Maybe this is the game that he can change the narratives about him not preparing well, about not practicing with that kind of intention, that championship level practice, going against his old coach. I know that Eberflus has just as much of a revenge, but I'm sticking with the Bears.
Okay, I
Way
love
to be a
it.
teammate, Brooke.
Well, we
I like the
appreciate you.
confidence. Yes,
We
thank you.
appreciate you
I
in
will
Dallas.
take
And
one
you
for
have
the
to open at SoFi. How their play action could decide this matchup. Justin Herbert has been arguably the best in the NFL on play action throws this season, ranking top 3 in yards, QBR, and touchdowns. That Broncos defense has yet to allow a touchdown on play action. You know, it's a really interesting week because we have these 2-0 Chargers, a real opportunity. They have 3 straight division games to start the season, Mina. How do you expect them to game plan for that defense?
Yeah, you go to attack the Broncos man coverage, which they play a lot of. A couple things that come to mind. You really saw the Colts go after the Broncos linebackers in particular and safeties. I also think, though, this is a real opportunity for Ladd McConkey, who was 4th league-wide last year in yards per route run against man coverage. Greg Roman is so good at using condensed formations and bunches to create traffic for him over the middle of the field, and then McConkey's shiftiness and breakaway speed does the rest. The Denver Broncos defense is very good, but they're a little bit predictable, and if you can have a game plan for how to attack it the way Indianapolis did, this Chargers defense can flourish.
Yeah, Mina, I think it's funny you mentioned been predictable because Justin Herbert's been predictable, but predictably good, predictably in a good way here. I think he has been unflappable for the first 2 games. And the thing that I think about the most when I watch him play, 72% completion at this point, no turnovers. I think about a conversation I had with a league exec a couple years ago where I said, look, if you're starting an NFL team from scratch, what quarterback are you taking? And he said Justin Herbert. And at this point, Patrick Mahomes had won some Super Bowls, and he still went with Herbert. And the way he has played through the first 2 games is why he has been great under pressure. I think this is a bad matchup for Denver. I'm excited to see him take this show back home to SoFi.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. I would love to see Justin Herbert. Obviously, they're going to try to push the ball down the field. They're having a lot of success at it. But I did watch.